So how did Watson get such a nice score in his high MMR rank game against IMBA? SVEN right now has become pretty meta as he is pretty solid as he is going against a Marsh and a Lion in his lane. He offers a stun which will be able to secure range creep and disengage from 2 stunners he is facing when he is in a pinch. Just at the start of the lane, Watson spots his enemy mispositioning and makes an aggressive call to whack him away. This lane is more sided to the Mars Lion as time goes on. As always, spotting enemy mispositioning, it is not easy but it happens. Always remember to try to aggro creeps as close to your tower as possible to ensure the armor and HP regen for extra advantage in the lane. In this lane of harassment from the Lion, having a bracelet on SVEN is definitely a must as it offers the regen needed to tank more of the hits. This later movement by Watson is interesting as he sees the Mars position himself in front of the creep, making it hard for him to aggro it away from him. With him on half HP, he chose the disciplined path of waiting for his support to TP in to bring regen items and goes for the small camp pool while his HP is regenning. I can guarantee you that most of the high MMR players carry will fall for the death trap as it is actually not easy to spot the laning pressure in the moment. This is a key moment for every carry players out there. The moment SVEN hits level 6, he would usually choose between using God Strength to farm the jungle camps, ensuring farm for yourself, or use God Strength to help your teammate in getting objectives. Both choices are actually not wrong depending on your own rank game situation, but in this game he chose the latter. Twin Gate is a great addition to be able to make rotation plays like this without committing a 1 minute teleport scroll cooldown. The gank turns out great as his teammate positioning caught Ame on the Weaver off guard, which makes the gank successful. But sadly he ended up dying as the Radiant commits all of their heroes and teleports to defend their bottom tower. So after he spawned and wanting to defend the creeps approaching his tower, but the Kunkka has different plans as he wants to use his double damage rune attempting to send him back to the fountain. Maybe because everyone is at least 10k MMR in this game and they all started to appear one by one to save their boy, Watson, and even lashed out on a Mars that is trying to run away. High MMR teammates truly is different. After slaying the Mars, they tracked a triangle and took away the stacked ancient camps and bait camps. From then on, the SVEN is focused on getting his Echo Saber, farming camps by camps. And this is where Watson needs his second God Strength of the game to farm the ancient stacks. It could be more, but you take what you have. After farming the ancients and with his God Strength up, he traded tier 1 tower with the enemy and then proceeds to teleport mid to help mainly because his God Strength is up. They managed to Houdini the Kunkka and then took the mid tier 1 tower as an objective and even got the Hoodwink as a free gift. So with his God Strength on cooldown, he went back to the triangle to farm. And don't forget to always stack your ancient camps. Always be efficient with every camp you see. SVEN is the perfect hero for stacks. 21 minutes comes by and the SVEN has BKB and Blink Dagger up. When you are strong, you need to either find a fight or take an objective like Roshan. But at the same time when his teammate caught the Mars, he teleported to the top tier 2 to stop the Weaver from taking advantage of the situation, but Ame managed to TP out on the Weaver. It is a good attempt, but only this time there is a maximum speed rat running around. Timing is very important as the Dire instantly gathered to fight the moment God Strength was back up. In this case, both teams are waiting to take over the Roshan. The Timber started as a bait, forcing the enemy to use their spells on the tanky hero. But watch as Watson was looking at the bigger picture and decided to focus the Mars as he is the only person to come late to the fight and hasn't used a single ability yet. And the Mars BKB couldn't save him from his big great sword from the SVEN. They ended up killing 4 heroes from that fight. The result from that fight is the Roshan and the Aegis on the Pango. So with the Aegis on the Pango, the Radiant is playing cat and mouse and is trying to constantly push the opposite lane to avoid fights as long as possible. But the Dire's teamwork was able to catch the intruders trying to play rat like his TI3. The moment Weaver spawned, they managed to catch him with a good ward placement planted by the Dire and managed to chain down the Weaver to his death again. Pretty clean execution from the pro and the high rank players in this game. Soon after, the Tiny actually made another great play when he usurped the Kunkka, which cancels the X mark and ended up slaying the Kunkka and also forcing the Mars ultimate. While the Kunkka was still spawning, the best chance for the Dire is to take advantage of any team fight as the Mars walks up to the triangle. They jumped the Mars but he was too tanky. Usually you would want to jump the backlines and killing supports as a SVEN, but this time the Timbersaw with the Blink Dagger managed to do the job for him. If you didn't notice, everyone except for the Elden Titan in this game has a Blink Dagger, which makes anyone capable of jumping the backlines for the supports. It is very obvious that they are winning a team fight until we see this Kunkka manage to get a 3-man torrent into a ghost ship into the Mars coming in for the kill. Truly an interesting sight to see. The next major fight comes and this is one of my favorite. The Dire smoked up to plant wards as they want to catch one hero into getting the Roshan, as that is the ideal scenario. The Timbersaw stood in front and pretending to be the bait and they managed to get the support Lion from the backlines. The Lion instantly bought back and from this we can tell that the Radiant wants to retaliate retaliate and fight back as the SVEN already committed his God Strength, which puts the Radiant in the advantage. The Radiant ended up counter-smoking, but the Dire positioning was very smart. Actually a very high level play, as most people would be playing at the Twin Gates high ground. And this type of position actually ended up catching them off guard and got a kill on 2 cores and a support immediately. They took the tier 2 tower as an objective, but since it's 35 minutes into the game, night time, Roshan was spawning at the top side of the map, and the Dire made a quick reaction to jump the Weaver that was trying to get a quick one on the Tiny. They ended up getting the Roshan and Aegis on the SVEN after the kill. In this type of high level games as a carry, it's definitely going to be annoying to go high ground, as the enemy has a lot of stuns in their arsenal. The Radiant committed the spells on the SVEN to stop him from hitting the tower any further, but the Dire made a very quick reaction to counter initiate the moment they jumped the SVEN, so only spells and BKBs were used in that fight, and the Radiant managed to defend their base even though the Dire has a 90k net worth lead. Soon after, one of the defining factor of the game is when they ended up catching the biggest rat of the game, Armor on the Weaver, and they finally have the opportunity to hit the high ground once again. The Radiant decides to give up one set of racks in exchange for waiting for the Weaver to spawn, and the Mars was making the Dire work for it. Timbersaw made a huge play by blinking in blindly just as it turns morning on the 40-minute mark, which gives vision for Watson to jump in and burst the supports on the backline. They ended up killing most of the Radiants in their own base afterwards. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. Bye!